Welcome to Truth Forum, a forum to discuss truth in a friendly surrounding like we do at home at the kitchen table. I'm your host, Dr. Smith. I do have the rights to perform the songs, the notes, and the lyrics as licensed by BMI. We will continue to lead compelling, relatable, and honest conversations. My guests will range from community leaders and professionals and people whose stories will touch and inspire you. Discussions will center around relationships or personal struggles or amazing triumphant or soon-to-be graduates going into the real world. If you'd like to be a guest at the kitchen table, you may call us at 269-282-1490. Email us at kingdombuildersworldwide2@gmail.com. My vision is to catalyze, energize, and bring people together. I want to share some things that are extremely essential. See, if we're going to be successful, it has a lot to do with the business opportunities, and if we're wise, we know where to go to find those resources. See, there will be no network unless we are in that network. So reawakening African people is what I intend to do. It is our job to be right by side of everybody else so we may become the people God has called us to be. What they did in Africa, they come together and sat down and share their stories. And that's what we're going to do today. Before I move on, I'd like to always thank all the producers that have made this show possible. The #1 show for this city. Annyah will be our guest, and Khyrinn will be our guest, but we'll mention their names in a moment. Tiffany Smith, Ronnie Hoyt, Carl English, and Mike Gamble, our producers. My son, T2, Facebook Live, camera, Kara Bowden, Yvonne Armstrong, and my co-host, my main man, Doug Host. Again, let's introduce Sister Annyah Mcknight and Sister Khyrinn Herring. Put your hands together for both of them. Okay, we are excited about this interview. Excuse me. And I am grateful to have these two powerful young ladies on the show. I see her as one of my spiritual daughters, granddaughters, daughters, or something like that. Her father is the great Melvin Mcknight, and mom is Sister Mary Mcknight, so I've had a chance to get to know this young lady when we opened the church, and then I had a chance to get to know this young lady also. Before I introduce y'all and have y'all tell us the world who you are, let's talk to our main man co-host. What's going on, Deacon?
Not much, Bishop. How you doing today?
Man, we had an exciting day today.
It was a very good day. Yes, very good.
We had a chance to have a burial baptism for a beautiful lady in the community.
Yes.
And you were part of that, and that was a wonderful thing, Sister Mcknight.
And that was my first one in about 10, 15 years.
Yeah, and we were singing, Take Me to the Water. And then some lady was singing out loud, wasn't she?
You know, I think that was Sister Mary. She had a beautiful voice.
You hear that?
Yeah.
She was singing all loud and all that.
I wonder why she doesn't share that voice with us more often.
I have no idea. Now you were there. That was your auntie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's your auntie name? Let everybody know who she was. Who is she?
Donna Mcknight.
Donna Mcknight. We baptized her. Was that your mom singing?
Yeah, that was my mom singing.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so we're here today to not talk about Sister Mary Mcknight singing Take Me to the Water, but we're here to talk about these two beautiful young ladies. So tell us briefly about who you are, and then we'll get into the interview later. Just basic intro.
Well, I'm Annyah Mcknight, as you said already. Oh, wow. Am I supposed to look over here? I'm Annyah Mcknight. Which one am I looking at? Oh, okay. I'm Annyah Mcknight. My dad is Melvin Mcknight. Most of y'all might know him as Butter. My mom's Mary Mcknight. I'm a senior at Battle Creek Central High School, and I will be attending Michigan State in the fall.
All right. We're going to talk about that, too. Your turn.
Okay. I don't know where to look at. My name is Khyrinn Herring. My mother is Bunika Herring. I go to Lakeview High School. I'm a senior, and I currently attend and will be attending the RMTC this fall.
All right. So, Deacon, we have two. I mean, we're talking like they're like getting ready to go to the next level. They're like totally excited. I mean, like you know, like Khyrinn is like, you know, like she's just really happy right now and she's like motivated. Did you say you're going where? Did you say Army? RT? What you say?
RMTC.
What is that?
It's a trade school.
That's what I thought. Okay. So let's talk about this real quickly. Bearcats go, Battle Creek will win. We're going to fight until the score is right. Bearcats go, Bearcats go, Bearcats go. How does Lakeview go?
Well, our song isn't that exciting.
Let's go. I just wanted.
Yeah, like I don't know, like come on, Lakeview. I just know how it goes like do 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 do. I don't know the lyrics. I just know when they say go, I scream fight, go fight, go fight. You know, yeah. I don't know.
Well, all you Levi alumni, you should try to get your colleagues to know their song like we know Bearcats. We've been out of school for over 30, 40 years and we still know the song.
Yeah, our school doesn't have school spirit, so so I'm normally the only one that ever like yells. Yeah.
So before we really get going, there was a young man on the show last week. We won't mention his name. He went to Lakeview Middle School, and he was like really hitting it hard about the unfair treatments at Lakeview. It was middle school, so it wasn't high school. The first question I want to ask a young lady who appeared to be extremely Afrocentric. I heard your speech at church Sunday. Very knowledgeable about your history. How does that relate to being at a... Well, first of all, is it fair to say Lakeview is a majority white school? That's not fair.
Yes, it's fair to say.
Oh, it is fair to say that?
We're probably about 60-40, but like I bet black people make up about like 15-20%, maybe not even that.
Because you have Asians there?
Yeah, so I would say, yeah, most of the minority population, most of it would probably be Asian. Yeah.
Really?
So.
Really? I thought it was a higher percentage. So would you say, did you start in the 9th grade?
No, I started LAP. I've been in since kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you get so Afrocentric and you was raised in Lakeview District?
Well, things like that is always instilled at home and stuff. My grandfather, he has an extensive library and, would teach me, like, be proud of your heritage, be proud of your people and where you came from. And so I was being bullied for being just black all till, like, 10th grade. I was just bullied for being black and for being dark and stuff like that. So I would hear all of that, yeah, but I had, like, a strong family, a strong black family at home that was telling me, like, regardless of what the other kids might think, like, this is what you are, this is what your people came from. And, I mean, me being Afrocentric, pro-black and all that didn't really come at first because I used to not like, it was like I liked being black, but at the same time it just brought too much attention because I was always normally the only black person in the classroom and stuff like that. And even now I'll be like the only 1 or 2 black people in the classrooms. But it's like as I got older and I got more confident in myself, it started, it just, I'm not going to hide my blackness, I'm pro-black 365 all year round. It doesn't really change.
Now, you all are, they're younger than our children. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're talking like children that's born in 19 what? Or 2019 what? What year y'all born in?
2001.
Y'all born in 2001. How is it possible to have a statement like that, which is the same thing Angela Davis said in the 60s? Mm-hmm. I mean, how is it now that even in 2019 or 18 or 17 or 16, we can still say in a world that's supposed to be changing that I may have still been the only black in a city like Battle Creek? And that's something we're going to discuss in a moment. Now, you, on the other hand, I was told that they called you Butter.
Oh, yeah. That's my name at school.
Now, was it because of your dad or you butter like your dad?
Well, no, it's because of my dad. And, yeah.
What was it like living in the shadow of Butter?
Well, it's not something that was, it's something that is.
Oh.
Because I still do live in the shadow of my dad. Just everywhere I go, I always get called oh, you must be Little Butter, or you're Butter's daughter, or Baby Butter, or something like that. So, I mean, everybody always tells me I always look like him, or they always ask me, do I play basketball?
Yeah, I bet.
And then when I tell them I don't, they always be like, I wonder why. And it's just like, I don't know. It feels like I have higher expectations because everybody in this city knows my father. So, yeah.
I'm the only one that doesn't call her Butter. Every other person our age, calls her Butter.
Well, I didn't know that until just recently at school. I did not know they called her Butter.
I didn't know either.
My teachers, all my teachers call me Butter. Everybody calls me Butter. Yeah. It's just something that stuck after Coach Mayhar. She's the one who started it. Then everybody just called me.
So you are going to Michigan State.
Yes, sir.
Now, I had you with me for the summer, and I was so impressed with your academia and your academics and your knowledge. I know your mother, Mary, is from the more Inkster, Ypsilanti area. Okay, so there's another school there also, which is called Eastern Michigan, right?
Yeah. Eastern,
Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Then you got Michigan State, then you got U of M. Those were your three options. What made you pick Magic Johnson School?
Well, for one, I didn't even know what Eastern was, so it just wasn't even in the picture.
That's George Griffin, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Iceman. Yep. Your dad didn't tell you about Iceman?
No.
He never taught you about Iceman?
Don't know what
Iceman
that is. Never heard of it.
Iceman had a poster like this with the ice cubes. You knew that?
He had the ice chair.
With the ice chair
with the basketballs on the side.
I don't know what they were talking about.
Yeah,
Iceman. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Back to the show. Okay, so, and then U of M is considered what they call the big house, or that's for football.
Football's a big
But
house.
that's still big stuff. What made you choose Michigan State?
Well, I've always because they have my program that I want to go into. They have a pre-vet program, and they have one of the best in the country. So I've always been interested in Michigan State just because of that, and because Michigan State is just Michigan State. It's a very diverse school, and I want to experience all the different opportunities there is there. I mean, I was thinking about Michigan because I know that it is a good school, but I couldn't do it.
And what major you say again?
Huh?
Pre-what?
Pre-vet.
You want to be a veterinarian?
Yeah.
So do you own a dog?
Yes, I do.
And are you one of those daughters that want a dog, but the mom would take care of it?
Okay, yeah. I am. But that's because, look.
See, that's amazing how my son was the same way. I got a dog for my son, but, I ended up taking care of the dog. And his sister ended up taking care of the dog, and then the dog got in a car accident. But that's another story.
Oh.
Well,
the thing is that
that's a whole other story. So back to you. So you want to be a vet? You have a Yorkie, right?
Yeah, I have a Yorkie poodle.
Yeah, but your mom take care of the dog the most?
Well, yeah, because when she got the dog, I was going into 6th grade, so I was going into middle school and
She's
stuff.
that old?
Yes, Lola is that old.
God.
So what made you want to be a veterinarian?
I've always had a passion for animals. Since I was little, my granny always told me I wouldn't watch the TV shows. For kids, I was always watching something with animals, and I'm not really afraid of animals. I'll walk up to one, and all my friends will be like, "Ugh, don't do that." I'll be like, "Okay."
So because your father parents passed away early, when you say granny, who are you referring to?
This woman who would babysit me
What's
with
her
my
name?
mom, Catherine King.
Say it out loud. Let everybody know what we talking about.
Catherine King.
Yeah, that's Miss King.
Miss
King. No, she won't be mad. Miss King. She referred to Miss King, a great lady, a great woman, been around the city for a long time. Back to your school. So this trade school, tell us about the trade school you're going to.
Well, it's located out in the fort by all the factories. My uncle, he's a journeyman electrician, and so he went there when he was younger. And he kind of introduced the idea of becoming an electrician, and he was like, they make really good money, and I like money. Money speaks to me. So I'm like, okay, okay, I could do that. I'm good with math, and I'm good with science. Actually, I'm good at all. If we're going to be honest, I'm good at all, anything, any class I take, I'm really good at. So it's kind of like, okay, but I really do enjoy math and science and stuff, and I just think it's interesting how electrical things work. So I was like, I might as well. So I currently go there now and, you know, do modules, which is how you kind of do it. And you get to do it at your own pace. I like that because, you know, even though I'm good at school, traditional schooling doesn't really work for me. You know, I like working with my hands, you know, being one-on-one, doing more independent stuff. So I was like, that's a perfect career option, honestly.
So you both are 18 or 19, 18?
17?
17, my fault. 17 years old. So is the prom in your view or no?
Yes.
Yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Yeah or nay?
Yay.
Is this, because the generation's changing. When DJ and I went to school, we had dates. Do y'all go on dates or y'all just go solo? Because things are so different now, and would you notice that, Deacon?
I've noticed a lot of women, they girls, they go in groups.
Yeah, they just
sometimes.
get in some limousine and just go together.
Right.
Yeah. So do you have a date?
No, I don't.
Do you have a date?
I asked someone and they told me no, so no. I asked them twice, actually.
Okay, what's his name?
His name Kyle.
Kyle what? Kyle what?
I asked him twice.
Hold on, Kyle what?
Jamerson. His mama probably watching this too.
This Miss Jamerson's the principal son?
No, this is Dana Canales Jamerson's son.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so Miss Canales, she's the one that works for, we call each other, we're cousins.
Dana was on the show.
Yeah, she was on the show.
Yes.
Dana, is your son going on another date with another young lady?
Oh my God.
He's not even in my grade, that's the thing. So he wouldn't be going with
What's his name
anybody else.
again?
Kyle.
Kyle,
Oh, you really
I
going
need
at
you
it.
to take this young lady on this date. And if you need some help, give me a call. We'll work with you. Take this. She asked you twice, man. Twice.
He turned me down in front of people too.
And you turned her down in front of people. So if anyone's paying attention on Facebook, Dana, we can, folks. I need you to do this for your cousin. Go on date with her, okay? All right. Now back to Miss Butter. So you choose to go solo. Or your dad didn't let you go. Your mom didn't want you to go, or you not interested.
Well, I didn't choose to go solo. Nobody wanted to ask me, so I'm just gonna go by myself because you know. Oh well, I don't really want to go with anybody from my school anyways because most of them are shorter than me anyways. So.
And you want to wear heels?
See, this is why, Butter, we need to, not Butter, Deegan, we need to create our prom.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
I love the honesty, though. I mean, because, you know, I mean, that's honest. I mean.
It hurt a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it's okay.
I feel it though. I feel it. I mean,
Okay,
I
listen.
have to pick someone taller.
And I
Listen.
wasn't gonna ask nobody.
If
because-
there's a young man out there
No.
who's doing good, no trouble, doing the right thing, we got $100 to give you both.
Just
they're
give
gonna
me the
bribe
$100.
people.
To take these two young ladies, and then we want to video camera you.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's not that
like
serious.
a TV show.
I could just
And
go
we
alone.
want to put you
I
on
got a color
camera.
picked
So
out.
you have from now until when's the prom?
May 11th.
So we got about 2-3 weeks left. Got a whole month, but 2-3 weeks. Deacon and I are gonna come together. We want to camera you guys, take pictures of you guys, and we will help support that prom. Okay?
No.
But you got to be somebody really
no.
nice. Okay? Okay. Let's move on. So Annyah, back to you.
Sorry, my father's distracting me.
Back to you. So we had a good, interesting conversation, and I love this. And I'm going to ask your partner to come into it eventually. But you were introduced to church, probably more so since you've been with us, and you've just been nothing but a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady. I'm so proud of you. But you had some questions about the authenticity of God and the genuineness of God, the realness of God. Tell us what made you think of those questions, and then tell me what is happening and why. And just be real honest and real transparent so we can talk about that.
Well, I contradict a lot of things as it is. So the thought about like God, I want to believe it's a thing or he's a person, but like when it comes to the Bible, I don't know, I just don't feel like I could just believe that this came from someone we can't see. Or like, how do we know it's not like just made up from somebody a long time ago? Because, you know, a lot of things have happened in the world and I don't know, it's a lot of questions that go through my head, like, how do we know if the Bible is real? Or how do we know if this person is something real? Or like, do we know if heaven or hell is a thing? Like, I don't know.
And that's something you acquired through school, correct?
No, we don't talk about religion.
But you didn't just wake up thinking like this, did you?
Kind of.
You never saw a God, a move of God at all in your mom and dad's house as a kid? You never saw anything that was a reminder of a God?
My dad always wears a cross on his neck, with his necklace.
But did you know what that meant at the time?
Yeah, I knew it was for Jesus or something. Yeah, something like that, right? It was Jesus like this.
Oh my God.
But this is important because she's one of the scholars. And if this is how she's thinking, it doesn't make her a bad person. It just gives us a more of a responsibility to begin to do more understanding and teaching. Because I think that's very, I mean, what kind of student are you?
A student.
I mean, what's your GPA and all that good stuff?
4.0.
You hear that? We're talking about a 4.0, talking about somebody who's going to Michigan State, someone that ain't really got no trouble, Battle Creek Central product, and doing great. But it makes sense. So those are things we want to visit. What's your view on it? You may have had a different story. I think your mom, y'all was kind of around the church a lot. I don't know. What was your view about the God and the realness of God? Even from your own Afrocentric belief system, you may have had questions. What about you?
Well, growing up, like one of the women who took care of me, and her name's Miss Sarah Lee, you know, so she babysat me. She went to church. So I went to church, but other than that, my family, we didn't really start going to church until I was about like 10 or something, and then we attended the church for a while. I was very passionate, loved being in church, loved being a part of church, but then it was like some feelings that arose that made me feel that I wasn't entirely welcome, me and my family. So it kind of also made me stray a little from God, because I was like, well, if this is where God is supposed to be at, if this is God's house, then why are they treating us like this, you know? And so then I also went through like a lot of trials and tribulations in life, with me being sick, my mother being sick, and just things happening, and I'm like, well, if there's God, like, shouldn't he be, you know, looking out? Which I didn't realize till later that he was, but at the time I was very upset and I was very angry about it. And so I was looking into different religions, because I've always been one of those people that was like, oh, I'm very spiritual, you know, I'm very in tune with everything that's going on. I knew there was a higher power, I just didn't know what higher power I wanted to believe in. So until I was just looking around, and then I found out about Kingdom Builders, and I was like, okay, and now that's a good fit, you know?
Good. Now, you and your mom, I knew more about your mother. I didn't know you had a condition or a sickness. So elaborate more on that. We know about your mom, but what about you? I'm not aware of that.
Most recently, in 2017, I suffered a brain injury from falling at school, and I ended up having a concussion, a severe one, for a while, and so I was out of school for months. And then after a while from taking the concussion medicine for like my migraines, I end up with this medical condition that's called tardive dyskinesia, which is very rare, and it causes almost like Parkinson's. Like, you know, the Parkinson's disease, where like people that can't control their movements and speaking. So for a while, I was not able to feed myself or address myself or talk really. It came out really slurred, and I couldn't control my movements, and I had like seizures too. So I dealt with that all until like 2018. I was in and out of Children's Hospital and stuff like that, going in ambulance rides. Almost died one of the times in the ambulance. Like, felt myself dying. Luckily, I didn't. And then going through all of that, and they were talking about rehab, and they didn't know if I'd be able to graduate ever or ever recover to walking and talking. And I feel like those are the hours that I would really start talking to God. Like, I would just be laying there, and I wasn't allowed to like really participate with talking to people or like going on my phone. So I was really detached. So I went from like going on high school, like, yay, this is my junior year, to not speaking to anybody, because I couldn't really speak, and I just had to recover, like my brain had to recover. So I had to deal with that for months, and then surprisingly, for the grace of God, I ended up recovering. They didn't.
Now stop there. That's your friend. Were you aware of this?
Yeah.
Did you see some of this?
Well, I didn't really see it.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I communicated with her mom.
Did you see a God at all?
No, I wasn't really thinking about God.
But listening to her testimony, could you see there's someone greater than us to have done what has happened to your friend?
Yeah.
I mean, something supernaturally happened to your friend, right?
Yeah.
Something that medicine can't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And you know what? I'm going to apologize and repent on television, live. See, DJ, you never know folks' story.
Nope.
And
I had no idea.
Me neither.
I tore my quad years ago, and I thought I was in bad shape.
Okay, we ain't talking about your quad.
I'm just saying, you know, the things that she's gone through.
Come on, quad, come on, man. Come on. We talking brain issue, quad.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, TJ, wait.
You know?
I'm trying to repent. You talking about quad. You know? That's my guy, y'all. Diggy's my guy. That's my guy. But you know what? You never know folks' story. And I get emotional, but I'm a man. I get emotional because we see my heart be connecting. But you know, so you came and you done this beautiful speech. And in my mind, I was like, well, dog, why is she all hype, and her daughter, her mom, they was all raised at a certain church and da-da-da-da. And your speech was wonderful. But when I think about it, after what you've been through, there's a reason why you happy, you lively. You at one time may never talk before. And now you can talk on the stage.
Right.
And to even prejudge a person. That's why we got to quit doing that. And because I'm the head, I always try to come forward so we can change where you said you got hurt in church. Sometimes church people, we can hurt people because we look at somebody from one perspective, but we don't know their story. Mm-hmm. Now, see, what I do is picture you're only 17. That means you was what, 14, 15, 16?
I just turned 16. Mm-hmm.
Your daughter, 16, may never talk again. Can you imagine? Your daughter's 16 and got this brain issue. Can you imagine as a parent? I take my hat off to you and your mother.
My family really went through it.
Wow.
It was hard.
Wow.
She had to take time off work.
Wow.
We almost had to get a nurse for me. I would have to have like an
And I see why you just who you are now. That's why you just come off as I'm the smartest and I know it all. And I guess you should be that way. Put your hands together for that miracle. Wow. Wow. Good to hear. Good to hear. Back to my little God, faith. So do you have faith? Do you have faith in Annyah?
I have faith in myself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have faith in other stuff?
I do believe that there is a higher power.
Well, my God, that's good. That's all I need to know because you got faith right now. You sat in the chair and you never checked to see if that chair could hold you up. You never looked at that chair. You just slapped right on that chair.
You're right. Almost fell.
So you got faith. You're going to be all right now. We're going to make sure that. Deacon, any questions you want to ask these two before we go to the next one?
No, I'm just, amazed at how intelligent you guys are. I mean, I already knew you guys smart young ladies. You know, you come from a good family background. But one thing I wanted to ask you, Khyrinn, is all that basketball in your family, you never played basketball?
See, I played basketball 7th and 8th grade.
Oh, man.
But that's because in 7th and 8th, I've been this height since 5th grade, basically, right?
Okay.
So that was really tall. 5'4" was really tall for someone in middle school. So I was playing like in my boss position. I was posted up, in the paint, and it was all fine and dandy until I realized everybody else is growing.
So your whole family's like 6'5", 6'4",
I
6'3".
stopped growing.
Okay.
But you know what? Could it? Because they're all tall. Mm-hmm. How you know it couldn't have been something to do with her condition?
Oh, it was from a previous condition.
No doubt. No doubt about it. No
so my
doubt
growth
about
ended up
it.
studying.
And so, but you're doing the right thing. I have a whole nother level of wow. All I can say is wow. We got a question, DJ, up here. So is it on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, DJ.
It says, ask.
Do you know which one it is? Okay, go ahead.
Ask Annyah, does she believe in ghosts?
Who was that? Who was that asking the question? Who was that asking the
Tiffany
question?
Smith. The text is from Tiffany.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Why would I believe in ghosts?
I could see you believing in ghosts.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No, I don't believe in ghosts.
All right. Oh, Carl wants to know, do you believe in ghosts?
No, I don't.
She believes in the Holy Ghost.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Okay.
You don't be getting scared?
No,
Okay.
I've watched.
Do you believe in
Okay,
ghosts?
all right. That was the ghost.
That was the ghost.
All right, let's move on. So here we go. Let's talk about Annyah, you are at Battle Creek Central. Rumors, you know, school messed up. You got bars of security. You got police officers, folks shooting. Folks don't learn nothing, all this negativity, but I'm looking at a star. Tell me, how did you survive all of that, or was there any truth to any of that?
Well, no, there's not a lot of truth to that.
Talk to him. Come on. Miss Parker gonna love to hear that. Talk up. Say something. Your children went down too. Okay, I can't help you. Talk louder. Say what happened. You good? Okay. Did y'all hear what she said? She said there's not a lot of truth to that. We're talking to a true alumni, been at Battle Creek Central Bearcat. Well, we started in college, high school, but I guess they changed now, right? The elementary?
Huh?
Bearcat's an elementary now?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, they switched everything over.
Okay, so she's been a Bearcat all her life, obviously, but for my world, it started as a 10th grader. 10th grader, I became a Bearcat. I was a Comet in junior high, W.K. Kellogg's.
I don't even know what Northwestern
W.K.
is.
Kellogg's. Southeastern. Hilltoppers. Southwestern, some people.
We were the Comets.
I said Comets.
You said W.K. Kellogg.
Oh, Northwestern was Vikings.
Northwestern,
Yeah, I was
WK.
like,
We Comets.
Right.
Right. Okay, back to this. So you were a Bearcat all your life. All that rumor stuff. Oh, it's so bad. You need to go to Lakeview. You need to go to Penfield. You need to go to Springfield. You need to go to Harper Creek. I guess I don't exist anymore, Springfield. You need to go to St. Phil. I don't know the schools. Talk to me about it. Battle Creek Central.
Well, for one, Battle Creek Central is not that bad of a school. Like, everybody says it always is. Like, there's always fights and everybody's always getting tased and everything, but it's really not. It's really just the students and how they portray themselves. Yes, we do have, like, conflicts with students, but that's going to happen in every school district. Like, that's literally something that happens everywhere. So the rumors that we have that this school is bad and that they just go there and just skip school and everything is not true. There are lots of great excellence happening in our school, actually, that is not brought up. Yes, obviously there are those stranglers that just come to school just to skip and whatnot, but like we don't pay attention to them because our school culture is like we just go to school and we do what we got to do and we graduate and we have fun, we do the extracurriculars, but it's just school, really. Like the rumors from like 2009 and everything, those are definitely not true. I don't know, like we do have like security, but it's really just like Bearcat coaches just making sure everybody goes to class and everything and make sure there are like unruly students that they do go to ISS or whatever.
And she made a good point. Some of those same problems are also at your school, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have some problems.
So why do you think Battle Creek getting a bad rap?
Because we're the most diverse school. You got the most black people.
Y'all got the most black people. That's
like,
pretty only reason why people would say that.
Well, not the most diverse, because as she said, we have.
Okay. Oh no.
I'm a Bearcat.
Are you supposed to know this?
I'm a Bearcat. So, but as a pastor, deacon, concerned about our community, that bothers me that the only reason why a school is being pointed as being negative is because of black students. Is that what I'm hearing y'all say?
Yeah, pretty much. Because we have almost as much same issues as they, if not worse at times.
So being a young African-American lady, what is that feeling knowing that the color of your skin, you guys have to work a little harder, you have to do a little more? Why is that? I mean, wouldn't you think time should have got better from your parents' generation?
No.
It's all I've ever known, honestly.
Not in this country. This.
I mean, but you don't have to.
You would think that it would get better, but it doesn't.
Hold on. You don't have to sit in the back of the bus. You choose to.
Oh, I don't.
I know you do. I'm making the point.
I mean, I choose, yeah.
You don't have to
I choose.
select which water fountain to drink from, right? You're not told to go in the back of the store, right? You can eat at anybody's restaurant counter, correct? So why are you saying it's just as bad? Anybody. Why is it just as bad?
Well, I would say that I know at Lakeview personally, the school, I mean, even though nobody tells us to go in these sections and to do these things, it's still pretty segregated. You can see it at lunch. Like, we mostly keep to our own races. Not only out of just like, for us minorities, just to be comfortable. I know I would personally, I'd feel more comfortable at a table with people who look like me than people who didn't, even though I get along fine with everybody and everyone. I was even like, even when I was vice president of my school's Japanese club, now that was pretty white, you know, but I still like I would speak to them after school, but I wouldn't hang out with them during school, you know?
Why you don't say pretty white? Why you don't say that's pretty Asian?
It wasn't Asian people in our the club.
Wait, it was a Japanese club?
It was a Japanese
but
club.
it was white people?
Yeah.
Where was the Japanese at?
I mean, they wouldn't do Japanese club because, I mean, it's a club about their culture, and they already know about their culture.
So they would have a club about a person's culture, but the people that's natives were not a part of it.
Well,
so is there a black club for white people to go to?
There is a Burmese club, and that's like all Burmese, pretty much. I know they have a club, and it's like jam-packed. They do events, they do certain things.
So you have a Burmese club at Lakeview. Do you have one at Central?
No.
A Burmese club?
Actually, you know, I really don't know. We have a lot of Burmese students that attend our school, but they really keep to themselves, so we probably do, and I just
Do you have a Japanese club at Lakeview?
Yeah.
Do you have one at Central?
Well, that's also because we learn the language there, too.
Okay, but maybe this is why
We have a Spanish club.
This is why folks are trying to, you know, scrutinize and say what school's the best. Your Spanish club?
Yeah, we have Spanish, French,
Spanish
all
club?
of that.
Spanish club?
French?
No. We have a class.
Have a class.
Do we? Actually.
Did we learn 4 languages at your school?
4 languages.
Foreign?
Foreign.
Foreign. Yeah, we have 3. We have Spanish, French, and Japanese. I took Japanese for 3.5 years.
How about you?
We have Spanish and French, but I don't think we have a French teacher at the moment. So, I took Spanish in 8th grade, so I can only do 1 year at Central, and I don't really remember anything from it. But I mean, we have the class, and I know that people are excelling in that class, but I wasn't one of those people. Foreign language is not really my forte.
So if you were the principal of Lakeview and had all the power to make a decision, I realize every school has a board and they have to follow their board. Same way with you, if you were the principal of Central, what would you all do differently to change that perception of what y'all have both said about our country and about the conditions of unfairness? What would y'all do differently?
Like,
you can go.
Oh, okay.
About whatever of the problems that you all are, because what we do is we definitely bring up problems, but then I want to know what would you do differently to create a solution for those problems? Because I'm solution driven. We can talk all day long about how bad it is. You know, you have one young man from Lakeview, he just flat out said school was racist. Flat out, boom, first thing on the mic, racist. Can't stand school. Don't even want to go. Okay? So what would you do differently?
Well, one of the things I would do is that some of the classes, like at Lakeview, I took this sociology course where we talk, and one of the courses is you talk about race and gender, and the other one is that you talk about culture. And so just taking that class, like we had a lot of people with different backgrounds, politically wise, financial wise, you know, and it made them forced to realize that, hey, there's power differences and you need to do something about it, you know? And so we need more classes like that, you know, that's mandatory. I think it should be not elective, but something that you have to take as a requirement, because I watched some closed-minded people that were just first day of class, nope, I'm not hearing it, to the end of the class being like, thank you so much, I want to do as much as I can to make a difference in the school and community. Like, we need classes like that, because they had like a great teacher behind it, and she's been talking, I guess they were talking about making this a required class, but I know if I was principal, I would make it a required class. And also, it's because it's hard at Lakeview. I would say that when you make effort for things, you don't really receive student effort at all. I just noticed recently, like, I'm part of my school's People for Equity Club, and it's normally the same 4 people. most of us are seniors, and so we finally, the school pushed our Black History performance into March, so it was late, but we just noticed that like all of us are going to be gone for next year. A lot of them are going off out of the state or like, you know, different parts of the state, so there's not going to be many people to carry that on, and not many people express interest. So I feel like if the school made it like a thing where you're required to take part in something and required to, you know, step out of like your normal like people that you're going to see every day, I feel like that would definitely make a big difference.
How about you? How would you change the perception of Battle Creek Central? I'm a new person, Grimuda family. I got 10th grader, 11th graders, and I'm about to come to Battle Creek Central, and the word is no, it's horrible. They got barbed wires, they got police officers, folks are carrying guns like Eastside High. You know about Eastside High?
No, I do not.
You remember Eastside High, Digga?
Vaguely. I vaguely remember the movie.
It was a movie. It was a movie. I thought it was a school.
Right.
My man with the Joe Clark.
Okay. Yeah.
You know Joe Clark?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What would you do? I'm not going to that school because I heard all those bad things, but you're the principal. What message would you say differently?
Well, I would tell them that yes, we do have police officers and metal detectors and all these things that are shown in our school to be like, to show that our school is ghetto and all this. And I would show them that we do have it because we care about our schools. We had 18 school shootings last year. We have to have this stuff. So we have these, I would tell them that we have these things for our students' safety. And I would make sure that the parents knew that we had these things for that purpose and not for that our students are just bad and they just want to shoot people and all this other stuff, because that's not what they want to do. They want to go to school and they want to hang out with their friends. If the students that are skipping, it's because they just want to hang out with their friends. They don't really care about the school. So they're not going to do stuff like that. I would tell them that, and I would tell them that your student would excel in school. Yes, we have some classes where there are students that will distract the teacher, but your student will still excel in school. They will get to where they need to be for graduation. I would also try to make sure that the parents knew that it is a safe environment, because I've never experienced bullying. I've never experienced a fight where somebody wanted to fight me. I've never experienced stuff like that. That's really the students that skip and don't really want to excel in school. Those are those students that they will drift off from your student if they are really driven to go to school. So I will just reassure the parents that Battle Creek Central is not what they think it is. It is a school for mostly minority students to make sure that they know that they have a place in this district, that they can go somewhere where there are people like them and that they can, you know, excel in school. There was, how many seniors? There's 5 seniors that got accepted into K College, Kalamazoo College, 3 in Michigan, 15 in Michigan State. There was another college that was really hard. My friend Corey Loosier, if he watches this, he's gonna be so mad. He got accepted into K College and into Harvard. My friend Sinai Sachinka, she's only 16. She got accepted into Howard, Spelman.
All of them.
She got accepted into all of them. Michigan, she got accepted into all of the schools.
Everything she applied for.
And you know where she went? She went to Battle Creek Central. Battle Creek Public Schools.
Right.
Good.
They can't tell me that these schools.
Hey y'all, listen. All you Battle Creek board members, y'all need a boost. You need to get somebody who's there. This ain't about promoting Annyah. We ain't got no check in the mail. Me and Butter ain't got no strategies. But this is what we need to hear, because your message ain't gonna always work. We talking about somebody that's telling you what Battle Creek Central, put it on the face, and let's just make that happen. Because you know, nothing against Lakeview, but I'm about trying to build Battle Creek Central back up. So, you know, that's just the way it is.
The smartest people I know go to Battle Creek Central, actually.
Is there a metal detector at your school?
No, I wish there was, though. I wish there was. We have so many bomb threats all the time. I just be like, we have detectors in the library.
See that? See
I don't understand that. I can't steal a book, but someone can walk in with something.
See, so Annyah comes from We have metal detectors,
We have metal
to
detectors in the
protect
front and
the
the back.
children.
I wish I felt protected.
She said we need them to be protected. It's all about perception. It's all about perception. Very, very good. Very good. So now, where you want to be in 4 years? I know you being young, you can't see that far. You being young, you can't see that far. But if the good Lord tarries, which means wait, don't return, because he is going to come, you'll be 18, 19, 20, 21. At 21 years old, where would you like to see Khyrinn, and where would you like to see Annyah?
Annyah would like to see herself still in Michigan State in their actual veterinarian school.
Good, good, boom, great. Where would you like to see yourself?
Well, I would like, by 21, I would like to be starting to build up my savings for a house, because I want a house by 23. I hope I'd have a fiance by then.
Awesome.
I don't really want to, I don't know, people get excited about the 20s, they're like, yay, partying, going out. I think I want to start a family.
Awesome.
And I would, like, you know, I'll be well into, like, my apprenticeship. I'll be making good money. So I think that would be a nice time to settle down and stuff.
Awesome, okay. 21,
Not
boom. 22, 23, 24.
Hopefully I will be graduated my second year in college, or my second degree in college. Hopefully would have some experience probably in the veterinary work.
Well, can you do me a favor as your bishop and one of your spiritual leaders? Just start saying, remove the word hope, and just say, I will.
Okay.
Okay? I will be here. Just say that instead of hope, okay? All right? Because I believe you can be there. Now,
Wait, how old did you
You
say?
probably will be married with babies.
Yeah, I'm thinking I will be a journeyman electrician. Journeywoman electrician. I will be married and I'll have one kid at least, maybe two if I'm lucky.
I can
and
tell
I'm a
you
dog.
this: I will not be married or having kids. Okay.
And I'll have a nice house.
I will
big house
have a
too.
stable income before I have
A
kids.
good sized garden too. I want all
Stable
that.
income before I have children.
All right.
I get very distracted very easy, and my income needs to be stable before I have kids.
Okay, great. So let's talk about some of the community stuff's going down in our city. Been some shooting. Things have kind of ceased. We got some good people that's a part of our organization, and they're doing a great job and kind of calming down the community, and I'm proud of them. I won't mention the names, one of my spiritual sons I'm working with, but they're doing very, 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 very good. You all being a part of that generation coming up. What is your feeling about that so-called violence of our own people, and what could we do differently to try to fix that problem? Is it lack of opportunities for these young boys, young men? What you think?
I think that this violence in this community is stupid and unnecessary. It's not something that should be happening, because Battle Creek, yes, there are not very many things to do, but there are still things you can do. There are rec leagues and different opportunities for them to do. It's just, I feel like this violence is petty and not real. It's not for a purpose. I think they're just doing this for attention because they want to be in these so-called gangs and they want to be part of the street life and all this other stuff, and everybody think they a rapper, and it's just, I don't think it's like, I don't think there's a reason for it to be happening. But something that could happen to help decrease violence in this community is, you know, maybe people opening up buildings or like opening up different things for us to do, because Battle Creek is kind of dying a little bit. We're closing a lot of our stores and places to be, like Midway. That was a great place to go, and now we don't even have it. I mean, if people could give more opportunities for things to happen, then I feel like there would be less violence, because these boys and girls out here are just bored and don't know what to do with their lives. So, I mean, the streets is really the only thing that they got.
Khyrinn.
Well, I feel like when children are introduced to anything more than what's in their environment, that's all they'll ever know. It's kind of like you put a goldfish, into a small container. The fish will only grow to the size where it can be suitable in that container.
Absolutely.
Whereas if you put a fish into a ginormous pond, it's going to, it's going to grow and explore that pond, and it's going to flourish, because I feel like a lot of the youth in Battle Creek, all they see is the hoods that they're put in. All they see is that the street life and, what like the previous generation has done. So they feel like they're stuck in that situation. They were never shown that there's more, so they don't expect more or want more. See, me, as I was younger, I was told about different worldly things. I was took into like museums, operas, ballet, stuff like that. So it made me want more out of life. It made me want to see more. If you're someone who's only never been out of your side of town, all you're gonna know is your side of town. So you're gonna fall into that same old habit of doing the same things that the people before you, all your big homies or whatever. You're gonna do the same things as your big homies, because that's all you've seen. You never had a mentor that was outside of there. You never had somebody be like, hey, you ever went to this? Have you ever seen this? So I feel like really the problem is that we're not introducing our young folks to more things out here. We're just telling them, a lot of them will look at things and be like, that's not cool, that's not lame. I don't see my favorite rapper doing it. Well, okay, your favorite rapper also gets to travel the world. Like, if they were given opportunities to know that there's something more important to life than violence and, fighting for the top, like crabs in a barrel, then maybe they would want something more, and they would respect their lives more and respect other lives more.
We got 6 minutes, and I want to throw a few things out. Then we're going to have somebody close it out, because this is wonderful. And this time went too fast. I think y'all cheated me on some time. But anyway, I'm gonna mention some names. 30 seconds, 5 seconds. Say what comes in your heart. I'm just going to mention some names. Your brother Sean.
I don't know. I don't know.
I got the exact reaction I was going to get. I knew I was going to get that reaction. Your father.
Oh. Disappointing, I guess I could say that.
And the reason why I do that is because in the midst of all the beautiful things that's going on, there's still chapters that they got to visit. We all have those chapters. And those chapters make you become arrested in development. It makes you ask questions. It makes you think. It could bring tears to your eyes. It could make you smile. It can make you laugh. It can give you hope. But that's the beauty of being young. You're looking at 2 17-year-olds that got the future ahead of them. And it's our responsibility to make sure we give them everything they need to be beautiful. I want to say your mom done a heck of a job.
Thank you.
And I take my hat off to her and your village that have made you who you are. Beautiful young lady. And without being biased, because I know your mom and your dad, they've done a heck of a job. And you have exceeded, and you've done wonderful, and I have no doubt you're going to be a beautiful, beautiful. And I feel sorry for all those boys who didn't ask y'all. Because when y'all become successful, now listen, when y'all get where y'all want to go, come back and say, how you like me now? I'm so proud of you, Mcknight. You got a hand. DJ, I'm sorry, man. I didn't want to cut you off. We got about 3 minutes. What you going to say, boss?
I think that you guys are two beautiful and very soon to be successful young women. And just like what your parents have done for you guys, we can create all the programs. We can do everything we can do for these youths to have something for them to do and to go to. But if the parents don't help get involved, they don't get involved themselves, all we do is slow that spiral down. That's all we do. But the parents have to get involved and get these kids engaged like your parents did for you.
And I have to close. Y'all forgive me. I am a bishop, and I do love the Lord. And once in a while, I pick songs that may not talk about the blood of Calvary. And I do not mean to offend nobody, but just in line of what these two young ladies going, I want to end with this song here. And you know what? I want to say to all of you,
Oh my God.
you know, first of all, hey,
All right.
I give honor to my ancestors. I give honor to my ancestors. Leo Del Perry Sr. and Ruby Elizabeth Perry. Those are my mother parents. And my beloved mom, who's still with us, she just celebrated her 75th birthday. That's all right, that's all right. And then on my father's side, Edward West Smith, where I got my name from, and Gussie Smith. And then the great HD, my father. They're all gone now, but I honor them. Listen, y'all, we got to know where we're going. We got to know what we're doing. These two young ladies got a great start. In spite of all that we hear, today tells us, keep hope alive, and everything's going to be all right. Ain't nothing stopping you two. All right. Come on, we gonna pray. Somebody said, can you pray on this song? Yeah, we can.
My hand position.
Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for not letting nothing stand in these young ladies' way. And I pray, God, that you guide them and you bless them and you honor them in all that they do. I'm just proud just to be a part of their life and their story. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Wow.
That's a good show.
That's a good show.
AccessVision, your voice, your community.